Guys, what's up? It's your boy TOJ. I got a alert from Google. The Boston Sun Times did a press conference today, and there was an arrest in the case that went viral in December last year. Now, follow me. Michael Harrison, the police chief of Baltimore now, used to be the police chief of New Orleans literally a month ago. That's my dude. We're in the same fraternity. And it's good to see him moving to Baltimore and already putting in that good work. And now, for those of you that's not familiar with the case, basically what happened was the story went viral because a black woman in her 50s, Jaqueline Smith was 54 years old at the time. And the story was basically that she gave money to a panhandler. It was a black chick in her late 20s with a baby in her hand begging for money. And when the woman rolled the window down at midnight to give the woman, some change or whatever, the boyfriend, she gave the woman the money. And the boy, this is the story that the husband told. The husband got arrested today with his daughter, both at the at the Mexican border in Harlingen, Texas, or Harlingen, Texas. So the husband, the police will not disclose how they concluded that him and the daughter conspired to kill the woman. But according to interviews that I've heard, basically that the brother-in-law, the brother of the woman who got stabbed, the brother-in-law said, "I never liked Keith. I think that Keith and his daughter plotted to kill my sister." So I want to give you guys some information that I'm sure you probably already figured out. When you make a police report and you call 911, even though you're the person that called the cops and you are the victim, the police never stop investigating you. Just because you call the cops and the cops may appear to be on your side, you are always considered a suspect as well. You are always considered a person of interest, whether you know it or not. Don't get that twisted. So they buried the woman, and I'm going to assume, and I'm saying assume because the police aren't releasing any details as not to hinder the integrity of the case when it goes to prosecution. So what I'm thinking is happened was the man and his daughter plotted to kill the woman for insurance money, because you can get insurance money if somebody's murdered, not if they commit suicide. And you got to be a stone cold son of a bitch to do something as gruesome as to kill your own fucking wife, you and your daughter. And he can't say, well, the white man is, fucking with me or whatever, because when they catch you and your daughter in a rented car heading for the Mexican border, you guilty of something. And I have a lot of folks in my comment section that'll always come up and say, you kind of believe anything that the police say. I'm like, no, I don't believe shit. I hate I just got out of jail 20 years ago. I didn't like the cops back then, but even when I went to jail, I was guilty of robbing the bank when we robbed the bank. I put myself there. I didn't rob the bank. I was just in the car when it happened. I got charged with something called accessory after the fact, but I didn't say, well, y'all set me up. No. I knew Michael Harrison is a good dude because he was the police chief of New Orleans. And the story from when I read the article out in the Baltimore Sun Times was that the neighbors in the area was like, the guy's story kept changing. He would say that my wife got stabbed at 10 o'clock in the 12 a.m. on the corner of, Eastbrook Street and this other street. And then they'll be like, well, on the news, you said this street happened. It happened on this street. So the neighbors, and of course, the cops have no issue with interviewing your neighbors. So they would interview the neighbors and say, well, according to him, he said this. You know how the cops always do? Have you heard any fighting going on? Would she have any enemies? And of course, when the cops was putting two and two together, they would ask the other homeless people. Even the other bums was like, no, we don't have no idea who the fuck that is, because there's in New Orleans, we got gutter punks. The gutter punks are these little white kids with dogs and backpacks, and they'll hop a train and travel the country and beg for money. They panhandlers. They are literally professional, but traveling panhandlers. And all these panhandlers have like a code they live by, like a traveling bum code. And they all know each other. When a bum dies or when a new bum comes to the city of New Orleans to beg, they have to like almost kiss the ring of the other bums because certain corners that you beg for money on are like high foot traffic or high traffic areas. So in Baltimore, they was asking the other bums, like, do you see a black couple, a young black couple with a baby? And all the other homeless guys like, no. Because most of the bums are white that beg for money. So to see a young black couple begging for money at midnight, it was like, nah, at that time we kind of either sleeping or just doing, like burning wood, like stuff that bums do in the night. Plus it was raining, like storming raining. So the story didn't make no sense. And the cops was like, well, what wound up happening to the baby? So they looked for video footage, almost how they did just Justice Smollett. Remember, Justice Smollett made the exact same claim that something crazy happened at 2 o'clock in the morning. And when folks don't understand, especially dumb criminals, is that when you commit a crime, especially like in the wee hours, when there's literally like no foot traffic, it's easy to spot a single solitary person during rush hour, during lunch hour, like between 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The business district is flooded with motherfuckers getting food. I would say at midnight in the rain, you can find camera footage of anybody walking with an umbrella. But when it's dead, like dead slow at 12 o'clock in the morning in Baltimore, it's easy to find footage of your daughter running somewhere. But long story short, they could have done cell phone triangulation and all this kind of stuff. But I also think, if I have to, put on my thinking cap, that the insurance company, because I don't know, mind you, I don't know, but if the insurance company divvied out a life insurance payment, I'm more than positive their own forensic investigators made sure it was a clean kill also, because once a wife is always killed or a spouse is killed, the suspicion of the death is always in question, or the nature of the death is always in question. So my head goes off to Marilyn Mosby, Michael Harrison, and the mayor of Baltimore. I can't not think of the sister's names. It's Puga, Pew. And my head goes off to them guys because the whole nation felt sorry for this older lady who, and the story was awful. You got an older lady, church going woman, really upstanding citizen, who took it upon herself to give her young sister begging for some money, and she ends up getting stabbed. Her chain get snatched. And the crazy part about it was the story that the husband told, that even when the guy stabbed his wife, the girl with the baby said, "God bless you." Like, fucking. So I don't know what to say, guys. I'm just glad they caught his stupid ass, and I hope he's more than likely gonna get life. And the daughter, I don't know what role she's gonna play. She may have to cut a plea bargain, but I wouldn't even put a plea bargain on the table if I was a prosecutor. If there's anybody who deserves to go to jail, it is these people. If you need money, get an extra job, drive Uber. Goddamn, don't kill your own fucking wife, even if y'all don't get along. Anyway, guys, as more developments come, I had to speak about this story. I'm dead tired, y'all. Y'all can see my face. But I'm just glad this motherfucker got caught, bro. And then I really think the brother, the brother-in-law, never trusted this dude. And I'm so glad that the cops kept making it their business to look further into the relationship of the wife and the husband. Because in the public arena, he would make it seem like, oh, me and Jaqueline, we got along so well. But the brother was like, fuck no, him and my sister never got along. In fact, he was about to move out, or about to get kicked out the house. You see what I'm saying? And maybe that was a motivation for him to go ahead and just kill her. But the story that Keith gave the brother-in-law was that now that she's dead, I can't live in the house no more, because obviously how dudes be. Oh, we have so much memory of me and her making love and building a relationship, and now that she's gone, I can't sleep in the same house. So he took the money and was finna move to Florida with his sister. But when word got out that the cops was watching his ass, he decided to book, him and his daughter made plans to go to Mexico and escape with the money. So anyway, I'm glad his ass got caught. Hit like, share, and subscribe. Put some comments in the section below. I look forward to y'all feedback. If you know anything about this case that I got wrong, because I know how y'all be in the comment section. Anything that I got wrong, you correct it, and I will stand corrected. I'm out of here.